everyone, Robert Cairns here. I'm the CEO and Chief Creator of Amazing Ideas at StunningDigitalMarketing.com. Welcome to the SDM Business Marketing and WordPress Show. What is this, you might ask? What happened to the SDM interview show? Well, when I started podcasting, I was not sure where this was going to go. Frankly, I was not getting enough enjoyment from just blogging. I have always been a fan of podcasts. I have well over 30 on my podcast player. I started off doing two podcasts, the SDM interview show and the With Our CEO podcast. The SDM interview show was originally long-form interviews, and the With Our CEO podcast was more quick tips. Last week, the first step was I changed the show notes format as well as the logo for the SDM interview show. I'm actually much happier than I was before I made the changes. This past week, I sat down and did some thinking. I decided I should just combine the two podcasts and rebrand the SDM interview show to the SDM Business Marketing and WordPress Show. The SDM interview show suggested I would only do an interview every week. I wanted a show similar to the With Our CEO show, but in a longer format. I also wanted the ability to have a guest on times that was well suited and where the topic was relevant. So here you have it. We now have the SDM Business Marketing and WordPress Show. Now on to this week's show. This week's tips are ones that I've talked about a lot in the last few weeks and one I even wrote about in my newsletter a lot lately. This is the Shiny Tools Syndrome. It's ironic that I'm talking about this topic again. I did a shortened version of the With Our CEO podcast in regards to project management software. In the last couple of months, I've also changed the email client I've used, video editing package I use, and even the CRM I use for sending out emails. All of these had reasons for the change and were not made lightly. Let's jump in and look at these one at a time. Let us start with the change we made to project management software in our agency. This is one area where I think no one product really works well, in my opinion. Recently, we were using Notion, and before that, Trello. The best way I describe Notion is it's like Trello on steroids. It does all kinds of amazing things. The biggest issue we had is it's slow and cumbersome on mobile. We check our product management tools on our mobile phones all the time, so this is really a big issue. So the question is, how did we fix this? There is really one simple answer. We moved all our project management to a master Google Doc. It works well on mobile and is much easier to use. The second change we made in our agency is the email client we use. As many of you know, our agency uses G Suite to manage all our email. This has not changed at all. We were using the web interface. What we did do was stop using that web interface and started using a desktop client called EM Client. The cool thing with this client is it's easy to set up and it's two-way sync with both your Google Calendar and contacts. It is the only email client I've found that does the two-way sync with contacts and calendar effectively, efficiently, and accurately. Using a desktop client is always faster than using the web interface. This has already been a big time save. The video editing package. For a long time, we have been using Corel Visual Studio. We really like the way it works. But, what you ask? The last two upgrades we purchased and have had major issues reinstalling. Enter into the picture DaVinci Resolve. The project is put out by Blackmagic. They have both a free and a premium version. The free version does everything that Corel Visual Studio does and more. Problem solved. We are much happier now. The last change was one I was not planning to make, till the chimp made a change. MailChimp, that is. It changed its terms of service and the way it was counting unsubscribers from your list. Now, I just explained it was not an issue with the free plan. We had a large list of over 3,000 subscribers, so we have it paid for it. it was some other direction that the product was going in, and we're not very happy with it. As a result, we moved to MailerLite, and frankly, it was one of the best decisions that we made. It handles the unsubscribers better, as well as easier to use email automation. Segmenting is easier to do as well. There you have it. Some of the reasons we have changed the tools at stunningdigitalmarketing.com. Make sure you stay away from the Shiny Tools Syndrome, and you'll be glad you did. And if you want to buy those AppSumo deals, like some people I know, and you're not going to use them, feel free to send us a check. We'd be glad to take your money. As always, if I can help you in any way, please let me know. You can email me at vip@stunningdigitalmarketing.com. Ciao for now.